Hi, folks, and welcome to episode 141, and welcome back, Reese.
Hello.
Before we get too far, guys, I feel like it's important to note Reese didn't want anybody to know this, but he's actually pregnant. So let's give him a round of applause.
All jokes aside, Joe, that's just the Thanksgiving turkey.
Right. He's smuggling turkeys. Oh, man. Reese, how you been, buddy?
Not bad. Slow on the hobby front, busy on the work front.
It happens to the best of us.
It's good. I'm getting back into it tonight.
So, we got Telemachus saying top of the morning to you. Richard Keenan says hello. Walkabout Games says hello, Reese. Congratulations. Telemachus wants to know when the gender reveal is.
Remember, you're going to get me in so much trouble.
It's not like your wife watches the show.
No, but somebody that knows her might.
Well, that'll be all right. I feel like she's already aware that you're not pregnant, so it's okay. Or that you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll never know. No.
Eric says sup all. This weekend, this Saturday, be there. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Is Wiley Wargaming Weekend. Yours truly and Mr. McMurray will both be there. Are you bringing a game, McMurray?
I am. Jay asked me to bring that channel hopping game that I put on in St. Louis
That's right.
A month or so ago.
You got that going, and I'm gonna have some micro armor. Charles says evening. Howdy, Charles. How you doing, buddy? But on the Wiley front, I don't think there's any current sales going on, are there?
There's always the fantastic deal you can get with the coupon code RWMcMurray23. So no, I don't know that there's any specific sales, but again, go over there, buy something, use the product code or use the coupon code. You get a discount. Go buy something. Support local.
There you go.
And if for some reason that one doesn't work or you've used it already, our Crawford 23 works too.
Oh, there's a Reese one too. Okay, there you go. I was about to say, the big thing is like, I don't know. There's all kinds of, there's always stuff. Although, here you go. Here's something we can run with. In case you all have been living under a rock, all quiet on the Martian front. Excuse me. The IP for that got bought and reacquired by. It used to be Alien Dungeon or Iron Dragon before. I don't know. Either way, long story short, there's a different company that's purchased and acquired the intellectual property for that game, which is based, as most of you know, on H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds concept, just weirdified, blown up a little bit to make it better for wargaming. Because as much as I adore the canonical War of the Worlds, it is not suitable at all for wargaming, like at all.
No.
So, yeah. But anyways, long story short, the company that acquired it is called Abbey Normal Publishing or something like that. I don't know. No idea where the name comes from. But
whose brain is this?
What's up?
Yeah, Abby someone.
Abbey Normal Publishing. I don't know what the name is from. It's really neither here nor there. But the fact of the matter is the Kickstarter for the kind of reboot-ish that's got slightly updated rules as well as new models for Martians and then Germans. So the Germans have like weird stuff like A7Vs with weird stuff on it. There's a weird K-Wagon and a couple other things.
Bless you.
Sorry, that Kickstarter, you're good. That Kickstarter like went fully funded about an hour ago. Not went fully funded, but ended about an hour ago. They actually funded like $30,000 over what they were looking for, something like that. But
outstanding.
Yeah, so that should be pretty cool. I know that personally I backed all the STLs so that I can print out just a butt ton of tripods and whatnot in whatever scale I really feel like, which is going to be cool. But that'll also have all the weird, both German infantry. So like German infantry, nominally it's pretty close to World War I, but they've got, they've got anti-tripod rockets and stuff like that. So that should be pretty good, pretty entertaining, pretty fun. That being said, dude, Jesus, man, I know, Chris, you mentioned that the models were a little expensive, but they really packed it in the stretch goals, because the stretch goals added, if you bought if you pledged for one of the pledges that had miniatures involved, like a physical product. So unfortunately not me, because I'm not that smart and I didn't think about it until like 20 minutes ago. The stretch goals added like $100 worth of miniatures.
Oh, wow.
To your order. Yeah, it was wild. But like I said, my dumb ass didn't think about that and didn't do it. So, but that being said, I'll get all the STLs. I'll get a PDF of the rule book, which is nice because I like the PDF rules anyways, as you guys know, because I can print them out and get them spiral bound. And then when I inevitably, misplace a rule book, or I find myself needing, one for gaming and one for the bathroom, that's fine.
Right.
But no. So anyways, long story short, that's cool. I don't know if they're doing like late pledges or anything, but certainly get excited about it. Give it a look. If not, I'm sure once they get closer to, I think the goal for physical models distribution is a year from now, which for a Kickstarter isn't bad. I'm used to like the Firelight Games Kickstarters, the Blood and Plunder people. I'm sure Chris Long, I think he's a Blood and Plunder guy. I mean, Jesus, man, some of their Kickstarters are like a year and a half, 2 years till fulfillment. But long story short, that funded, that's super cool. It's cool to see that that intellectual property and that franchise kind of get a reboot. Because I mean, it's also cool that now they're doing the STL options such that
Right.
if you it's an initial investment, don't get me wrong, but all of a sudden here's McMurray able to play, I have 6 mil that I did for War of the Worlds type stuff, where I've got, I think, 6 or 7 bases, or 8 or 9 actually, bases of infantry, and then some bases of cavalry and a bunch of guns, right, that I did. And again, I built them to be canonical sort of War of the Worlds stuff. So they are British Home Service of 1894, right? The guns are a little more fanciful because you've got great big Krupp guns in it and stuff. But long story short, there you go. And the only Martians that I was able to really find were kind of like 3 mil scale from Eladia Game Studios over in Turkey, which weren't bad. And in all actuality, they fit really well with my 3D printed 1/600 HMS Thunderchild.
Right.
But that being said, they still didn't fit very well with the 6 mil infantry. But I was looking over to Eladia Game Studios, and he's got a couple basic, again, that seemed like they would work really well for a Canon-based game that are STLs now that I might grab because they're pretty cheap. And I figure printing them out at 6 mil, they'll only be like 120, like 5 inches tall. So, right? Because 6 mil is, if 6 millimeters is 6 feet and you need it to be like 100 and something feet, that should be 4 to 5 inches. Yes, correct. Okay. But yeah, so there you go. Sorry to jump in with the spiel, but the point is, if I'm not super duper into the new rules, go over to Wiley Games, get Battlesuit
Yep.
Alpha, and there you go. Martians are perfect for
Absolutely.
the battle suits. You've got the, infantry and tanks and guns that are all there in the rules already, and you can just kind of plug and play with that. So, there you go. Yeah, Abby Normal Media. Thank you, Telemachus.
Yeah,
That's
and that
absolutely right.
Abby Normal comes from Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
So
there you
Dr.
go.
Dr. Frankenstein sends Igor out. Actually, Dr.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein sends Igor out to get a brain, and it's supposed to be Hans Delbruck. Well, as he's carrying the brain in the jar, flash of lightning, he sees himself in the mirror. He gets scared, drops the glass jar. The brain becomes mush. So now he goes and finds another brain, and says do not use abnormal brain. He brings it back, puts it in the monster. The monster goes nuts, and he asks him, whose brain did you use? Abby someone. Abby who? Abby Normal.
Oh,
So
there you go.
there you go.
That's good. I would 100% like concerned that there was somebody named Abby Normal, which that makes a whole lot more sense now. But
No.
anyhow,
And no, I'm not giving a spoiler alert because that movie is over 40 years old.
yeah, that's why I wasn't
Okay.
worried about talking
And I'm
about
sorry,
how War of the Worlds
putting a
wasn't.
brain in a body and with a movie that has Frankenstein in the title.
Also, I like to point out that if I'm Biedenstein, it's Frankenstein. But yeah, that's not the point.
No, that's the whole shtick. Is he is Dr. Frankenstein's great nephew or some shit like that, or grandson, and he makes a distinction that his name is Dr. Frankenstein.
Okay, like
And-
what's that?
And
What's that old British TV show, Keeping Up with Appearances, where the lady's name is Bucket, but she calls herself Bouquet?
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm smelling what
so-
you're stepping.
Eric, the reason why a lot of Kickstarters take so long to fulfill. First off, if it's a PDF, no, there is no reason for PDFs to take longer than a year after they've been done. Same thing with STLs. For STLs, I guess about a year. Any longer than a year I have an issue with. But if it's anything physical, if it's a physical models or physical books, or in the case of Lock and Load, physical board games, all that stuff, I don't want to say all, vast majority of that stuff is printed over in China. And they are still dealing with COVID lockdowns on a regular basis over there.
That's because they're not COVID lockdowns. They're stop saying bad things about Xi Jinping lockdowns.
There's that too. But yeah,
If it works, it works.
I believe they call those lockdowns precursors to ethnic cleansing.
There's a bit of that. I would not hazard to guess. But so, for instance, Blood and Fury right now, we are going on 2 years. People are losing their fucking minds because they haven't got their game yet. First off, it's a game. Relax. Yes, you paid a lot of money for it, but
Sorry,
Lock and
Scala.
Load. What's that? Oh,
Scala and Chris are losing it about the precursor to ethnic cleansing thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Apologize. Yes. Just ask the Uyghurs. It's okay.
Um,
All is well.
right. Another great movie, by the way, Animal House.
Correct.
Kevin Bacon's character.
Accurate.
Anyway, so yeah, that's, and it's taking a while for them to get stuff printed, and then it goes on into containers. Those containers then sit there waiting to get onto a ship. Then, it's literally the slow boat from China. Then it's got to come to the United States. And shit, there was 6 months where nothing was getting offloaded on the West Coast. So they're still backed up from that bullshit. So yeah, it takes a while. Like Chris Long said, if you're talking plastic models, 2, maybe even 3 years from, and the other thing is yes, they've got like 80% of the design done, but they've got to finalize all the product. Then they've got to ship the designs over to China, and China's got to set up all the tooling. Then they've got to do test prints, and then the test prints have to get shipped back over to the United States, and then those have to be tested or looked at and make sure everything's right. And then they say yes. If it is perfect right off, they send it back, and then they can get it into the print queue. If not, they go back. No, these changes need to be made. Okay, well, we made these changes and send them back. And yeah, it's a long, drawn out process. Again, if it's just PDFs, there's no there. I don't get why it takes a year for a PDF to come out or a year for an STL to come out. That I don't get. But if it's physical,
that always makes me sad, right? Because it's like, well, just send it out. But then at the same time, because the STLs are blatantly okay, right? Like they 3D printed the models for the Kickstarter pictures. Like, I get it, and I understand that they could send it out, but it also kind of gives a great big FU to all the people who backed the actual physical models.
Right.
Because it's one of those like, no, actually get fucked. You're going to have to watch these people play their game for a year before you get your stuff. Which, again, it's a disappointing thing, but I understand why people are... Why I understand why manufacturers do that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No. What I'm saying is, if it is a PDF only project, or if it's an STL only project. But if there's physical media involved, you hold it until everything gets to go.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful time. Some people get really buttered about that, though, and it's one of those like, okay, cool, appreciate it, thank you. You were told when this would fulfill. Don't lose your mind. Like, hang on. Not only that, but I've also noticed with a couple different Kickstarters where they seem to estimate high, and then you get your stuff a little bit sooner, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
pleasant surprise.
Under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, it's a really pleasant surprise. Like, I greatly enjoy those sort of Kickstarters. And I've actually, like I said, I've actually had a couple of those now, which is pretty cool. But yeah.
We got Hissy Cat in the house. Meandering Mike is in the house. Charles is trying to get over the ick. Donna is in the middle of the ick. This is her third day not going to work.
Gross.
Yeah, it sucks. So
it's no good. Sorry to hear it. Tell her I hope she gets better.
Nah, she's doing okay. She's helping me a shit ton, though, when she's been home the last 3 days. She's been painting up some of my buildings for this weekend.
Oh, there you go.
Because my wife is fucking amazing and awesome.
Accurate.
Speaking of buildings that I printed with my Elegoo Neptune 4 Pro, somebody else got an Elegoo Neptune 4 Pro, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yep.
McMurray finally took the dive into FDM printing.
And what do you think so far?
I'm enjoying myself quite a bit. I printed off the test print, which is a little like Buddha guy.
Yeah.
A little weird. I was hoping it would be something I could like use as an objective. Turns out it's just kind of dumb, but whatever. That's fine. It's a test print. It worked fine. That made me happy.
Jessica enjoyed painting that.
Huh?
My wife enjoyed painting that.
Oh, you got you got one of those things?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I got the 3 Pro.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, not to steal your thunder. Keep talking.
No, it's fine.
So
Good. I'll mail this thing to your wife then. But
I printed out the little planter.
well, yeah, that's when I
Put
realized
that
then
in there.
in a different folder there was like a nutcracker and a flower pot and other shit, and I was like, well, I should have done that. That's dumb. But
Yeah.
anyhow, then I printed out a group of 6 mil buildings. That was
There you
pretty
go.
cool. Those printed out pretty well. No complaints there. Cleaned some supports off those, and it was pretty much done. Printed out some a 15 millimeter ruined house base, and then a 15 millimeter house with 2 floors and a roof. Those printed out again quite well. Minimal supports, and right now there is the waist section of a I think it's a 28 millimeter Brig printing that actually I need to go change over in just a minute here. So I'm going to change it over and I'm going to swap it out for the, oh man, that was brutal. The bow and stern sections, also known as the forecastle and stern castle of this 28 millimeter Brig. And then there will be yet another pirate ship to be painted and masted and rigged. So,
And I was able to find all of the STLs for that Todd had purchased for Market Garden.
yes, I saw that. Quite excited for that.
So we were a little he can no longer download them. He paid £50, which is what back in 2020 was what
like $60 or something.
back then it was about $60. This was before COVID, so and I think even before Brexit. Anyway, he doesn't have a 3D printer, but I do, so he had me download them, and oh, there you go. Let me embiggen that for you.
Oh. So
The weather
there's
deck.
what weather deck or waist is what it will
It's
look
almost
like
done.
in 2 minutes. That's what it looks like right now. And then we'll clean off the supports and see what it looks like. I
Very
think
nice.
the intent was to set up a different STL that would only take like a couple hours, which this house,
How long is this one taking?
this one is like 4 hours as well. But
Okay.
this house and this ruin, which is ridiculously hard to see, but the idea is, again, you've got 2 Flames War medium bases in there. That's about a 4-hour print, as well as all these little 6 mil buildings. So there's 10 of those, and those were, again, just about the same. Maybe those might have been 6, but yeah, that was about a 4-hour print. Maybe I'll just do another one of these things. Again, I figured if I was going to fully bite on 15 millimeter War of the Worlds, then building 15 millimeter destroyed Woking was probably worth the couple $100 that the printer was, because otherwise,
Yeah.
that's even not paid for, just an MDF that's going to be, or not painted, an MDF that's going to be $12 to $16, $20, depending on, well, if it's 2-3 stories like that, it's going to be 15 to 20, and I'll have to paint it, which I'll have to paint this too, but that's fine. I don't have to assemble it or anything. Just spray it and get after it. But yeah, even with there being damage on this thing, it came out pretty nice and clean and happy, and so did this bad boy. There is the ship's waist. Let's see if it's going to pop off easy or hard. All right, I'll be right back on the camera.
Okay. Meandering Mike says, I've participated in 82 Kickstarters. 2 are complete failures. 4 are currently about a year late. 8 are on pending but on schedule, and 68 have delivered about half of them 3 to 6 months late. So
I've only had, I think, one Kickstarter like actually fail on me.
Yeah.
And of course, it was probably the one that I invested the most in, and it was the most, which is, I mean, the reason I put a bunch of money into it is because it was too good to be true looking. And then guess what it was, you guys? Reese, it was too good to be true.
It happens.
Right? It's almost like if I had just a little bit of common sense, I probably would have realized that. But I was a young man. What's the
use with common sense in this hobby?
I was a young man, and that was quite some time ago. So, whatever. Yeah, I was going to get like an entire Dark Ages, like fortified village, like in resin. And it was just a massive amount of models. And I think I pledged like $150 or something, and was supposed to wind up with 40-something buildings. And of course, that didn't happen. Like, come on now, use your brain, Mr. McMurray.
Right.
That being said, it's awesome that I just did this thing and it's already printing. I just set it to print that same building in ruins again, and it's already happily rolling along, because it turns out when the bed is still hot, it just goes right back to printing. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And the bed doesn't take too long to heat at all.
No, it does not. It does not. So let's get the supports off this bad boy, and we'll take a look at it, huh? But yeah, so this is a brand new version of, whack for my hobby. So I got that going for me, I guess. The nice thing about wooden ships as opposed to steel ships is if there's extra gooberness on the hull, it just looks at home.
I can see that.
Like, cool, it's organic sea life that survives a lot better on wooden ships than it does on steel ships. Nice. You just go back and hit stuff with like a really light beige, and it looked great. Well, shit, those supports came off stupid easy. I've had supports come off resin prints a lot tougher than this. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, they're pretty splendid.
Like, some stuff can be a bit of a pain. Like, I got to get the stuff out of the gun ports, and that's going to be a, pain, but it's not too bad. Like, given that the entire side of this support structure just came off, and I just printed a friggin' deck piece that's 6 inches by 6 inches. That's badass. Okay. Clean supports, McMurray. Clean supports. It's going to be hard to clean supports if we're half torqued.
Hey, any tips for painting horses? I'm not too good at it.
Don't fucking hate painting horses.
Then what am I
no,
supposed to do with the 6 ones that are laying on my table right now?
Roll away.
Glue.
Paint infantry, baby.
Um,
Honestly, you would think
this
the painting horses-
one's going to be glue eventually.
I would assume you're trying to make them more than just one color. You're trying to put some sort of like weird horse boy stuff on it.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna put actually like correct horse markings on them.
Yeah, well, that's your first problem. No, I don't know. They're not. You would think they would be easy to paint, but just getting all around the legs and getting to the belly and shit is a giant pain.
Oh, there's a reason that one of the quotes from my college dorm room that lives forever in eternity is painting horse testicles is hard.
Well, I don't want to know.
We were painting miniatures,
No, no.
Yeah, okay.
and one of the horses was intact.
Yeah, no.
You know,
I'm
I
good.
was looking
Good.
at some 54 millimeter 135th scale stuff
Yeah,
this past week at Mark Twain Hobbies because they have a massive 135th scale section.
see anything
And
good?
there was some weird shit in there. And now I realize why you paint that scale.
Because it's beautiful.
Well, no, because it's the scale for people who like weird shit,
True.
like painting horse testicles and naked chicks that are getting looked at by Fallschirmjäger and Screaming Eagles.
Yeah, that's
Weird
one of the
shit.
weirdest Masterbox kits I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, the
I-
fact that you automatically knew exactly what I was talking about is part of the reason why that
I
is
don't
the
own it,
official
but
scale
I own a
for
lot of
weird shit.
Masterbox.
I feel like you're doing a lot of master something. Horse testicles.
That's why he's
Reese.
pregnant.
That is why. No, if he was doing that, he wouldn't have pregnancy stuff. Anyways, so, oh Lord, Reese, what are we gonna do with you? Your weird ass scale.
You know what?
But-
It looks good when it's on the table. You can't tell me it's not. Doesn't.
Well, yeah, they got their boobs out. Duh. Hey, Chris. Newsflash: boobs
What's up?
look good. Like, okay.
Ron White, I think Ron White said it best was, well, old biker chick asked him, "Do you want to see my tits?" He said, "Yeah," because everybody likes to see tits.
Yep. You like Pokemon? You got to see them all, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So,
Reese,
Yes, sir.
what have you done?
Right now, I'm building horses for an expedition south of the border.
Oh, you're going to South Florida.
that's what they're calling it now.
Yep.
So you're doing Pershing's Punitive Expedition?
I am not doing a game. I'm building the models for it because I want to.
There you go. This
Um,
cowboy stuff.
Because it's one of the most epic periods of like American military gear ever.
It's pretty wild. You're not wrong.
You saw that YouTube video I sent from the 30s.
Yes.
That horse-mounted 50 caliber team.
Yes.
See, I can't believe that's videos from the 30s because they didn't have YouTube back then.
It's almost as badass as
It's
an
pretty grainy.
elephant-mounted Colt potato digger.
No,
Almost.
that's up there. But a bunch of guys getting off horses, pulling a 50 caliber off of a horse, putting it on the ground, and shooting up a bunch of vehicles.
Oh, I know. It's cool.
Oh,
Again,
yeah, but
I said
you're
it.
right. It's no potato digger. Which
almost.
is not in
Also, it's
my
on a
scale.
goddamn elephant, dog.
I need to find Colt 1895s in my scale for a lot of different reasons. So I
don't know
need
how
to
you're
find
gonna
that
do that,
STL.
but-
STL.
I don't know.
But
Like, it's kind of hard to find some weird shit in STLs. Like, dude, I was trying to find Webleys for you. It's hard
Oh,
to
I've got-
find.
I've got Webleys.
Oh, okay. I thought you
appreciate
needed Webleys for some reason.
I will
Or no,
always
it
use
was
more
like-
Webleys.
I think it might have been like FALs or something. Then I don't remember. But it was-
FALs are where I'm lacking.
it was hard. It's hard to find good resin printable FALs that are that scale. It seems like I don't know if people in like godforsaken countries like Japan or some shit like to 3D print like full firearms. But it seems like it's a lot easier to find
A functional 3D printed FAL than
no, just like a full scale, like a 1-to-1 almost. Like what the fuck is going on? And
Well,
I don't know.
maybe
Probably not China. China's the wrong one, but you get my point. It's
maybe
just one of those,
maybe I should get into sculpting those and making money.
I'm
There
gonna
you
say
go.
that, or just see if you can try and pay Jay to do it, since his work, taught him,
Paying him how to teach him how to do that stuff.
how to do 3D sculpting, which is entertaining because he's already
But there,
massively good at.
there is my dead horse objective marker.
I feel like that horse, you don't have to worry about painting too much. You just paint it like whatever color and then do an ultra heavy black wash on it and just say it's a couple days old.
No. Like I've got the dismounted guy too. Like
He's
he
dead
just come
also?
off. What'd you say?
He's dead also?
No, he's alive.
Oh, that's good.
Like got his horse shot out from under him, and you got to go get him. So.
So the horse hasn't been there for a few days. It's just
No, that's the problem.
Meandering Mike says, I've been through the desert on a horse with primed balls.
there you go. That's what's up. Mike, I miss you.
Warmutt's been painting. Tin Saxon, whatever a Keelworl is.
Carl.
CEORLS, whatever that is.
Their name is Carl.
Carl, that
Oh,
kills people.
No.
Oh yes, llamas with hats. He's also painted 10 more Greeks and painting Soviets primed a few 15s today.
And
I just painted.
Richard
a
is spending
whole-
the evening super gluing Voltigeur heads to my fingers.
Nice.
puppet show.
Telemachus calls them finger puppets. And Chris Long says, just watch my mini factory War Games Atlantic. He got an FAL from them.
Speaking of Chris Long, he will know exactly what I'm talking about. The weird thing that all of Toy Soldiers of San Diego's horses are obviously male. But anyway,
And not geldings.
no, they are studs.
Yeah. Terry, it's the day after Thanksgiving. That's why I said, well, actually, it's the week after, but who's counting? It's also an allusion to the Cold War, which is what I'm going to be gaming this weekend at Wiley Wargaming Weekend. Going to have T-72s and T-55s going up against M1s and M60s.
Nice.
Sounds oddly terrifying.
Chris, which War Games Atlantic set did that come out of? I got a whole bunch of their stuff a week maybe a month or so ago for printing random stuff like Neanderthals and whatnot, and yeah. Because that's pretty awesome.
McMurray. The Irish,
Yeah.
he says.
Yes. What's up, Chris?
First off, Chris Long says the Irish.
Yep.
Second, if you are printing thin stuff on the edge, towards the edge of the printer,
Yeah.
go ahead and put down some glue stick.
Oh, I have done that, but every time it prints, it puts out like a little bead of stuff over on the edge.
Yeah,
cleans the
it's
tip.
supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's instead of it just drooling out extra filament, it actually makes sure that it's working properly by spitting it out over there.
Okay.
Because
Sweet.
I've had two complete failures when I was printing out these roads because what will happen is on the very edge is it won't adhere, and as the head comes across, it'll snag it, and it was horrible.
I got you.
So yeah, and then the other project that I am working on is my Civil War.
Oh yeah, show us
And
those. Those look awesome.
I don't have anything painted yet, but I do have a proof of concept here. They're coming in right around 7.5 to 8 millimeters to the top of their hats, and I designed the stand here. So it's 30 millimeters deep by 60 millimeters wide, and then 3 millimeters thick with a 1 millimeter trough, 5 millimeters back, then a 5 millimeter ridge, and then another trough 5 millimeters wide, then 10 millimeters worth of back there to put, label for the name or whatnot. So my brother Jay and I are going to be playing Altar of Freedom, and the first battle we're going to go with is Champion Hill.
Nice.
Basically, because I only have to paint up 9 of these stands, 3 cavalry stand or 3 artillery stands and a cavalry stand.
I was about to say, if you want to, like I said, I that's what I was building my 2 millimeter for.
Yeah.
If you guys want to test play games to get familiar with the rules in the meantime, holler, and we can absolutely do that. I would be tickled pink. I think I've played like 2 games of it. I have the rule book, and all the scenario books.
We'll see if we can't make a jaunt down your direction and get a game or 2 in.
I'm about to say, I've played other games with my 2 mil, including the 2 mil terrain and stuff. Like, you can go watch over on Jeff's channel. That's what I was doing for Joy of Wargaming's Sneedville campaign.
Yeah.
I was playing with, it was the 2 mil miniatures, but then I was using the 1770 or the live free or die rules and just kind of adapted them for ACW, which was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Cool.
But the point is, excuse me. The miniatures are done. I've got buildings. I've got, what have you. I even made a bunch of 6 millimeter half scale mats for a bunch of the maps.
Nice.
Because at that rate, most of them are like 2 foot by 2 foot. So I really didn't give a shit. I did one map on one side, and then I flipped the fabric over, and I did another scenario map on the other side.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those. Well, this is too easy to pass off.
Speaking of Todd Lee, he's in the house. He says
okay.
he's testing his new CPAP and would make for a good guest.
You're testing your new CPAP? I didn't know you got a CPAP, Toddy, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that. You probably look like Bane from Batman, and you sound a little bit like Darth Vader.
Probably so.
My dad used to call that thing his Darth Vader mask.
Chris Long says Zulu just went up on the store for STLs.
Oh, nice.
Don't tell him these things.
Well, the nice thing is I kind of hate painting 28 millimeter Zulus. So I did like the 30 I felt like I needed for games of Fistful of Lead.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, so it's really fun to play. I love playing Sword and Flame, right? It's a great game. Love playing it. It is an old game that really stands up pretty well to the test of time. As you get rolling, you get playing. It's really not hard to pick up on and just keep running with. But you gotta paint so many Zulus for that game. Mother of God. Like that it's not I don't know. It's like painting Napoleonics except for Zulus.
Yeah. Or I think it was William Barrett Travis that said on the 13th morning, where'd all these Mexicans come from?
Yeah, like I don't know you actually play Mexicans in Sword and Flame, but yes. But yeah. Terry, I have not played the World of Warships game. I mean, I played the computer game. I didn't know they had a miniatures game. I've got kind of a plethora of World War II era naval games. Being said, I suppose that means one more couldn't hurt, could it?
Right. Oh, okay.
Is my noise level okay? Because I'm cranking a lot of plastic.
Yeah, you're fine.
Cool.
So,
Reese,
my
that's kind of
coworker.
the show. What'd you say, Chris?
My coworker.
Yes.
Her late 20-year-old son just started up a YouTube channel where he is going to be playing video games. I told her that I would tell everybody about it. So here I am telling everybody about it.
Cool.
Whether you like watching them play video games or not, I don't care. If y'all would just go over there, give the kid a subscription. Like I said, he's like 27, 28, 29 years old. He's a really good guy. He's got 8 subscribers right now. If we could kick him up, get him up into the double digits, I think he'd be really, really jazzed and might actually, keep working at it. He hasn't put anything out in the last month because he was at some sort of
Space camp.
What's that?
Please be space camp.
Well, close. He was in Springfield, Illinois for some sort of state law enforcement agency academy.
Oh, cool. There you go.
So he works at the local at the county jail here.
There you go.
So he's a really good guy.
Bump up those subscribers. He needs that YouTube money for donuts.
Yeah. Todd, Chris Long, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I knew you guys would come through for me. So, and I told her, and she said, but don't you like play with the little toy soldiers and not the video games? Yeah, but the guys that, watch my show, they like to support small channels too. So,
Yeah, the issue is I had to go and unsubscribe from Mini Warmutt because he's got too many subscribers now.
Right. No, actually, Mutt, that is actually him working in construction with his dad. That's where that photo comes from. He's actually got a respirator when they're doing some sort of work or something.
At least they're smart about it.
Yeah.
That's right, Chris.
We're not.
Yeah, hobby is hobby, exactly. And if I'm not gonna yuck his yum, so to speak. I'm not gonna harsh his gig. If he likes playing video games, more power to him. I like playing video games. I just haven't had the time to really play video games much recently.
Because we're too busy painting.
Or, watching my wife paint. No.
Badass, though.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna go grab what she's been working on for me. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Man, I'm getting the lead type Civil War Army man. Yeah, I mean, Scala, it's okay, man. Caps Lock is awesome. Caps Lock, it's not yelling. It's more cruise control for cool. Everybody always gets weird, like Caps Lock is yelling at people, and that's just not exactly true.
Speaking with enthusiasm.
Yeah, dude, it's just enthusiasm. It's just happy typing. So keep caps locking, buddy. Get after it, Terry.
So,
yes,
McMurray,
what's up?
that picture of the scout I sent you.
Yeah.
I'm kit bashing him right now.
Ow, shit, man.
Oof.
So this thing puts supports on the inside of the gunnels under the railing. Those are kind of a bitch to get out of there.
Did it come with a little side cutter?
Huh?
Did yours come with a side cutter?
Yeah. Like a little clippers?
Yeah.
Yeah. But here, let me show you what I'm talking about, though. These little fellas. It's easy to get out on that side of the gun port and that side of the gun port, but right there in the middle, that's
Ooh.
pretty self-contained.
Yeah, I had that issue with a rock.
Other than that, this looks fucking awesome. Look at that.
Speaking of looking awesome,
Oh, wow.
it does look awesome.
Yeah, man. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Let me get the last of these supports out of here.
So I painted the building.
Nice.
Gonna give it a wash, but she did the tracks.
That's phenomenal.
God damn, Donna.
She did the tracks.
Yeah, there you go. There's the Donna everybody knows. Donna's the best, by the way, in case, again, you guys didn't know that already.
Yeah. So
God,
this is going to be one of the objectives on the table for the Soviets to get to. They gotta hold this. And
because ever since Lend-Lease ended, they've had like 3 domestically produced train engines.
right, exactly. And I guess that looks about right for scale. I was worried that it looked a little out of scale, but yeah, that looks about
Whatever,
right.
man. Who gives a shit, Chris? Half the time people are playing with like I didn't realize exactly how popular it was to play with like a 1 scale down or a half scale terrain. It sort of drives me nuts.
There's guys on my side of the hobby that play with 132nd figures, 148 armor, and 172 aircraft on the same table.
The aircraft I always understood, right? Because it's like, drastically different. And if you played with real scale aircraft, it would be beyond nuts. Like if it's terrain, then I use 2 scale aircraft. But if it's, up on a stand flying over the board, yeah, man, there's no way I'm putting, full scale aircraft up there. But
Telemachus says, I use wood burning tool for removing annoying supports. I breathe deeply.
Dude, that's why you have so much fun. Honestly, I should just be worshiping at the altar of the one and only Chris Long right now, because that man is a 3D printing machine. Like
he's
if
pretty
there was
fantastic.
a machine to operate other machines that's specified in 3D printing, then that would be Chris.
I think I'm legitimately going to have. I will be able to legitimately say I have a 3D printer farm here in the not too distant future.
How many does it take to have a farm?
3, 2.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
Because I've got
my farm got a little bit bigger than this weekend because we've been at 3 for a while. 4 if you count the one that's just sitting here for Reese.
Yeah.
Which I need to figure out how to get that from you and get money to you.
You need to get to Jay Wiley's house.
Yes, you do. This Saturday.
Can't do it this weekend.
No goddamn way. You only have 3 3D printers. Do not lie to these people. Not you, Chris. Walkabout Games, Chris.
Oh.
If you
he's agreeing with me. No. Okay. He's agreeing with me that a farm is 3 or more.
Okay, I was about to say, if you only have 3 3D printers, they reach the size of a room, and the laser and the printer, the laser for your resin vat is like the Death Star super laser. You got to be shitting me. That are like, oh, dude, I saw a resin 3D printer, one of the DLP whatever laser guys,
Mm-hmm.
and the laser operated like as fast as, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a stippling machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like where it just goes and
Yeah.
it can, like, you know, stipple a piece of paper in laser precision in like a half second or some shit. It was wild because I was looking at it and I was like, there's no way that can go as quickly as, you know, like a good fast monochrome resin printer, right? Because there you're looking at like a sec, or, you know, 1.5, 2 seconds for a print layer.
Yeah.
And no, it was doing a layer on this, like, again, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper sized vat in under a quarter
No
of a second.
time. Wow.
Absolutely freakish. It was bizarre to watch. Yeah, see, there he is. 5 resin, 3 FDM.
Well, Donna told me that I'm getting my Christmas present early.
Correct.
I'm getting the Mars 3 4K. It's on its way. So I'll have the original Mars, the Mars 3K, or the Mars 3 4K, and my Neptune 4 Pro. So, yeah, I'll have a printer farm. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with the original Mars, because maybe I'll do like the bigger stuff with it. Because it's slower, but it also isn't as high of resolution.
Yeah, I was about to say, I usually, like, so for whatever reason, I know we talked about this, for whatever reason, when I updated my Chitabox so that I could print, or so that I could slice for my Mars 2 Pro, the software issue that I had with my, or I'm sorry, when I updated my software so I could print with my Saturn S, I apologize. Whatever the firmware update or whatever that I wound up with, for whatever reason, I can't design new prints for my Mars. No idea how that works, why that works, anything like that, but I can't. Whatever.
Odd.
That being said, the thing is an absolute tank, and once you get the bed leveled, it doesn't have errors until you get to the point where something is just baked on there to the point where you kind of knock the leveling out a little bit. Then you just re-level it because it's really simple with those machines, and you're done. But
Yeah.
so I just have old files that I print the ever-loving dickens out of. Like some 15 mil armor, some 6 mil armor. The bright side is that I obsessively made files for that for quite some time. So there's kind of just an ungodly amount.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
So, yeah.
I just use it for
Mars. Go ahead.
No, my point is I just don't design prints for anything that I've already made on the Saturn, because I know that if I need them, I can just set it to print on the Mars, and I'm
Right.
good.
So, yeah, I've also been having problems with the Mars, the original Mars here. Like, I have like a whole plate of these, right? And only one half would get printed. It was two columns basically, and only one of the columns would print. So I would drain the resin, scrape the failed parts off, wipe it down, re-level, put it back in, pour the resin back in, tell it to print. Wouldn't print right again. Changed this. Then I went and changed the file. Saved a new file. It went, printed out great. Went to scrape it to knock everything off. Yeah, the scraper popped up over the strips, and shaved everybody off at the ankles. Like, fuck.
Good old Maxim.
So ran it again, came down, and then a different. So instead of one column printing and the other column not printing, the back half of the column of the two columns printed and the front half did. And I was like, what the? Ah!
You're having some real ID10T user errors there, bud.
Yeah. That's when Donna said, just order the new one. It's got a high resolution. It's going to print out your little guys better. Because probably what I'll do is I will continue printing my Skullforge stuff off on the original Mars, because it does the Skullforge miniatures beautifully.
I am looking forward to tonight or tomorrow's drop.
Oh,
on Skullforge.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it's looking good. Oh. But it's once I get past this Saturday with what I'm working on, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go full bore on getting this Civil War stuff going.
It occurred to me as I was thinking about Wiley Wargame Weekend that it's really, really dumb that I do this stuff and try and run it the first time. As all of you know that have watched this show and been around, I tend to design full games that have so that I can put all the miniatures with all the terrain and basically all the accessories I'm going to need in a box and then have those ready to play, right?
Right.
It's helpful. It works. Except for that I'm constantly doing that and then stressing. I need to just do these. I need to start doing these things for big muddy days. So then when it comes time for, hey, let's take a game to a Wiley thing, it's just, let me choose from my assortment of games and we'll be golden. But,
right.
not that smart. So it's been a bit of an impediment up until now, but we should be good now. I also picked up some Old Glory Jeep Crews, and I think I'm just going to print a shitload of bunch of 15 millimeter Jeeps, and then drop the crews in them.
There you go.
Because that's always the issue, right? It's finding a good 3D model where the vehicle will print well, but then usually you have to print separate crew figures because for whatever reason, if you want good crew figures to print, you got to flip the model on its head half the time. Anyways, that's the current plan. Just like getting a pack of their gun crew models, because honestly, 50 15s for $11 or $12 really isn't bad at all. Especially when it then means that I can print as many anti-tank guns or artillery pieces as I want to.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to worry about printing crew, because the other thing is it's hard to find good 3D printable 15 millimeter World War II artillery crew. It's just not one of those things you see very often. I would imagine 3D Beast or whatever probably has some, but I probably pay just about that much for the STLs anyways. I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. I wonder if 3D Breeds does do that. Let's check.
So McMurray, are we thinking 2 pistols for my civilian scout or just one?
For what era?
1916.
For 1960. What kind of pistols?
This is supposed to be a Schofield, but it's a Remington revolver. Because I couldn't get a Schofield. And I was either thinking about putting a 1917 Victory model, so like what, a Colt 1898 38 something. Which would, I'm saying the frames are the same, the caliber's not.
Yes.
Or a 1911 on his hip as well.
Well, if you have a 1911 on his hip, then you probably have an old revolver and then his GI 1911. And that
Well, as I said, he's a civilian scout. He's
pretty
not
good.
So you know what I could do?
He is a civilian scout, but at the same time, he's on a military expedition.
I have a 1903 pocket hammerless shoulder holster rig I can put on him.
What?
It's easy for you to say.
That'd be pretty awesome.
I'd say that's pretty slick. I think that's what I'm going to do.
But that's also a backup gun.
I know. I mean, he's got the Schofield out.
So when you say Schofield, do
Yes.
you mean one of the like Captain
Smith and Wesson
Wells with a fucking shotgun barrel underneath?
Smith and Wesson number 3.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Sorry.
We are smelling what you're stepping in now.
So
Good. Beautiful.
It's a Remington 1858, but it's close enough that I'm going to use it.
Correct. There you go. Beautiful.
So
I like it. Also, 1858s are magically fun cap and ball revolvers to shoot.
Mhm. They are.
I need to go check on something. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
But then
Godspeed. We're about to lose you anyhow.
he's got an 1895 in his scabbard.
Beautiful. Beautiful. There is
And-
not a whole lot cooler than a lever-operated
30-06.
rifle that is, designed to be used with relatively straight wall Spitzer bullets.
Yeah.
I have a bit of a,
You and I had that conversation.
we have had that conversation. It's awesome. That
I'm talking about the vast amount of money that I almost spent.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. But I mean, it's the same as like a Savage 99. Those things are awesome. The nice thing is those are drastically more affordable.
My
If you're
long
looking
range
to put an
shooting.
optic on something, you
When
might
I lived
drive
in
yourself insane.
when I lived in Kansas, my ultra long range shooting partner had a 99 and 308.
Yeah, again, they're fantastic and super fun to shoot. They are just super duper not built to have an optic mounted on them because you need two different height rings.
And I want one so bad.
They're super fun and they are like one of the ultimate scabbard guns.
So I don't know which National Guard unit was equipped with the 99, but it did see National Guard service.
That's pretty badass.
So,
I'm a big fan. These shoes, the only one I've ever had near me up for sale was in 300 Savage. And it's kind of one of those like, that's cool, but like, what the hell am I? Guys,
Well-
like, it's a really cool rifle. You don't see them a lot, and they're really awesome designs. And it's like, I have not disagreed with a single thing you said.
No. I
The only
can't afford to
issue-
shoot that caliber.
What the hell am I going to do with 300 Savage, dog? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Uh,
Well, you can always, no, you can't, because the case head is different than everything. Sorry, dog. Like,
now I'm sitting here going, do I want to put 3 revolvers on it? But I think that's a little much.
I think it is, especially if you're going to, like, so if this was 40 years before that and you're using a cap and ball revolvers.
Well, so I'm basing this guy partly on a photograph and partly on a book. And the guy in the book carried a revolver in his hip, a revolver in his in his saddlebags, and a 1911 behind the back.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to.
You're
Trying
not
to
going to see a revolver that's in saddlebags. You don't have to worry about putting that onto a figure.
Right, but I'm thinking about rigging up a horse holster.
It seems like if you're already semi-pressed for model parts,
What?
Do you have just a plethora of excess revolvers?
What? 1917 Victory model,
Okay,
Smith
See,
and Wesson Victory model.
that's fine then. I didn't know if that was one of the ones you were having trouble getting because it
No,
seems like
no, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Then yeah,
sorry.
put a bajillion of them on there. Give them a brace of pistols.
Well,
Don't
and then
be
I have this random Henry 1860. I don't know what to do.
Put it on this guy.
No, I'm not putting everything on him, but
Put it on this guy. Why not?
because he already has the 1895.
So
And if he goes dismounted, I have the 1895 to put in his
one
hand.
is none, two is none, or one is none, two is
Two
one.
is one. What, 3 spare parts?
Do it. Do it.
We're going 1903 pocket hammerless. In a
In a
shoulder.
1911, and a
19
1917,
No.
and that 1895.
Well,
or
I've got so many other guys to rig out as well. I think I'll be okay.
Oh, see now Reese doesn't have enough bits. Okay.
No, because I don't know. The guy walking in with 6 pistols on him. I don't know.
Why not? Sounds like Jerry Shriver. Probably ought to do that with your Vietnam figures. At least one of them.
Oh, I'm putting an 1873 on one of my Vietnam guys. Haven't decided which one.
What else was I about to get?
But
Shit.
yes.
I just said something else and I don't remember what it was.
this guy
Oh.
is still one of my absolute favorite poses. I haven't put the bugle on him yet, but he's going to be the bugler.
Nice. I was about to say one of the cool things that I meant to talk about with the with the All Quiet on the Martian front
Mhm.
is that so that IP at some point I think in the last iteration passed through the owners of Miniature Market
Oh,
in
nice.
St. Louis. So like written into the canon is the Battle of St. Louis being a big issue with the Martians right before the creation of a defensive line essentially along the Mississippi River.
I
But
love it.
what that naturally obviously means is that there's going to be I've ordered and am waiting on the bases and figures to come in for various citizen militias from different areas in St. Louis, not modern areas. There's not going to be a Kinlock Rifle Brigade, don't worry.
No,
But-
that's not a rifle brigade.
Well,
Right.
anyways, there will not be a brigade of Kinlock blasters, but it still opens up a cool, because the idea is, and the not again, it feels weird saying the canon because I feel like a dickhead because fantasy and stuff is dumb, but it's
In the
St. Louis,
literature.
so shut up. But so the idea is that the humans' main method of fighting Martians is using sewers, big bunkers, tunnels, stuff like that, because the heat ray obviously has trouble penetrating through Earth and stuff like that. Which thus means that the natives of St. Louis would probably be very, very good at that. And St. Louis at the time around that time had a pretty lively let's call it the underworld.
Yeah.
It did. St. Louis had a massive organized crime problem around the beginning of the 20th century, even before Prohibition set in. So, using the 1920s, Old Glory has a good line of 1920s like gangsters and stuff. So there's guys with pistols, guys with rifles, shotguns. There's Tommy guns, which I think I'm going to clip the drum magazines off of, so they just look like weird, primitive submachine guns. But
You know what you could do with those Tommy guns?
what's that?
You could trim them down and make them look like Mauser pistols with a front grip.
Maybe.
Not that
I gotta
Mauser
see
pistols
how-
had a front grip, but you get what I'm saying. So-
I am 100% sure that there was. Given that I've seen an artillery Luger somewhere. I don't remember where I saw that picture of an artillery Luger with essentially a Thompson-style front grip on it
Oh, I'd rock that.
that almost gave me a brain aneurysm, but it was there.
My only problem with that's the toggle lock, but anyway.
Why?
Because
Action too fast for you, Reese?
You can't put a red dot on it.
Action's too fast for you, Reese. It's a artillery Luger. What the hell is wrong with you? Can't put a red dot on it. First off, it's a red dot mounted in front of the front sight. Or mounted at the front of the action.
True.
Second off, what the hell is wrong with you?
It's going to keep obscuring my side picture and throw me off. Anyway.
You have the forearms of a man who has masturbated 7 times a day for the last 20 years, if that's going to be that big of an issue.
True.
But anyhow, we're going to...
Percy Block says, organized Martian problem.
Yeah.
He's not looking bad.
Yeah, no, not at all, man. Looks great.
So he's got an Anzac body, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's kind of like when Jeff was worried about his Shermans out of the open firebox being HVSS.
Oh well.
It might be an Anzac body, but you know the only person who's ever going to know that.
No. I am bringing to attention the awesome kit bashing that I'm doing right now. Not that. Oh no, he's got an Anzac body on him. As I said, he's my civilian. So I am going to have an Apache Scout counterpart. So
that being said, I also ordered some Peter Pig miniatures from Brookhurst, and they just shipped out today. That was kind of disappointing. That made me a little sad. I cried a little bit inside on that one. But yeah,
I have pack mules coming too.
What?
I have pack mules that are coming as well.
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out where I put that pocket hammerless.
Did you check your pockets? That's
funny.
Heyo.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. Okay, so I got fighting European civilians, gangsters and malls, G-men, as well as blue jacket infantry, European civilians.
So I got the Neptune printing up 9 more of these infantry stands. That'll be enough for Champion Hill for the infantry, and then I'll need to get going on printing up 30 by 30 stands for my generals and artillery.
Yeah.
So, and then I got to figure out for my cavalry also a 30 by 60 stand for my cavalry.
Hey, Murray, I think we got a problem.
What's that?
I don't think the pocket handlers can handle this.
What?
Your
What's
pocket
wrong with
what
pocket
can handle who?
I don't think the 38 caliber handgun is going to kill the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, dude, it's all about shot placement. Get good.
Yeah, I mean, you
That
pop that
is
sucker in the
true.
eyeball, it's going down.
That is very true.
I'm just
You
saying.
gonna say you didn't think a pocket hamless is going to kill a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Yeah.
That's
Like
a
I said, not
38.
with that attitude.
That's a 9mm Browning Court.
Yeah.
If it can start World War I, it could probably kill a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like I feel like a whole lot more death and destruction has been brought about by, essentially 380 than most.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
Still can't find it though.
Oh, you can't. You lost it?
I'm still looking.
That's just disappointing. See?
Found it.
There you go. Good job.
Found it.
I knew that you could.
It was on my tanker sprue. That's why.
World War One or World War II tankers?
World War II.
Nice.
I have so much stuff I haven't built. It's mildly stressing.
Don't even start.
Okay.
This is not a wiener measuring contest.
I could use those for his sun goggles too. World War II tanker goggles if I cut them down right.
Oh, yes. Okay, good. Thank God.
This guy's going to look awesome. He's going to be oddly air specific, but that's okay.
Those are sometimes the best. Where are...
Gonna break his left arm off so I can get the hammerless in there. Actually, no. Let's just go into the armpit.
Let's see.
Sorry,
What's your next project besides your boat there, Mr. McMurray?
My next project?
Yeah.
Like the next thing I'm going to print or the next project that I'm working on?
Next project you're working on.
I mean, I've got, as you guys know, I've been on a Flames of War kick. I've been painting up a ton of Flames of War miniatures, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I just painted up a Volksturm platoon that
okay.
the unboxing for those miniatures will be on Mini Warmutt's channel at some point in time. And then he was making fun of me for how long he thought it was going to take me to paint them. So I painted them that night.
As you do.
Yeah, I mean, it was only like 40 miniatures in 15 mil. So that was simple. Even with them being civilian models, so that they're not all uniform. Like if it was uniform, I would have tried to call him and start a video chat, and then just to flex on him, I would have tried to paint them all while he was still on, like, live. But
right,
because it's 40, 15 mil miniatures. Like if they're wearing uniforms, then that's an easy 2 hours, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, so that was cool. Oh, that's the other thing I meant to say. All of you fine listeners out there, all two of you maybe that are on right now, because I've been babbling more than usual. If you've got,
we've got 10.
Oh shit, yeah. Then if you've got or know somebody who has old All Quiet on the Margin front stuff that they don't want anymore, that they're willing to part with, please let me know. This stuff is got to be out there, right? Because I was talking to one of the old guys from Miniature Market, and they produced so much of that stuff. It was insane.
I know it's
And I
out
feel
there.
like it just never really went anywhere. So nobody really, like, you never really see people posting it or anything. But it's got to be out there.
Telemachus, I'm glad we can help you with your insomnia.
Just holler. Oh yeah, Telemachus. We're really good at insomnia cures, baby. I've been known to run a bunch of those.
Oh man, I just cut that off. Where did I put that? Where did I put that?
Oh, Telemachus. What a good guy. But yeah. Oh shit, Henry Kissinger died.
What?
Who?
Henry Kissinger.
Harry Kissinger.
Oh.
Anyhow, all right. So there's that. There's your bit of news for the day. We're not going to get into the Henry Kissinger stuff, but anyways, yeah, if anybody's got or knows somebody who's got All Quiet on the Martian Front stuff, let me know. It's one of those things that you guys know me when I dive into a project, I tend to dive in pretty hard. And
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, let's keep that gusto rolling. So also, if it got me to the point where I was putting on a big ass game of Battlesuit Alpha that were Martians, I'm all in.
Let's do it.
Yeah, right. That's one of those I would be delighted to put on that 8-player game. You know what I mean? Hell, we could do that as another 10-player game, Chris, like the Star Wars game where we got 10 guys and everybody's got 5 models and there is 4 cards sitting there at the end of the first game or at the end of the first game turn that are undealt. That's fine with me. Hell, it'd be pretty funny to do. I was thinking about that, right? In buying a deck of cards from like Bicycle and using every card in the pack in a game of Fistful of Lead. So you would have 52 cards plus 2 jokers and then the rule card. Right? Because you get the card that's got like, I don't know, it's like a weird promo thing / whatever. But then you can have 11 players with 5 cards each. And the rule card would just be like a super jack, right? Where it caused like an apocalypse.
Yeah.
But
or just treat it like one of the 2 wild cards.
Yeah, exactly, like a super joker.
Yeah.
But maybe that'll be the Martian game, Chris. You know, you never know. So we can.
McMurray, did I show you the first 12x12 terrain tile I've been working on?
No, what's that?
So obviously there's going to be a lot more of them. And I haven't mudded it yet. But here's my first start at a trench with a shell crater on the edge of it.
Oh, shit. Look at this guy.
So.
Nice.
He's going to town.
Need about another 15 of those.
Yeah, exactly. It's all right. We'll get it done.
But I've always wanted to do it. It was now time. So.
Hell yeah, man. When you come to get your 3D printer, I've got a 8x4 sheet of 4-inch thick foam you can have.
Oh, okay, cool.
So bring,
I need to get you in connection with my sister-in-law's dude.
What the you added dude on there? Get fucked. Jesus. Here I was all hopeful. You hear that, Chris? Did you hear the hope?
I know. I heard it. I heard it.
But then just hear the hope
Yep.
die.
Just
pause for the tease.
God damn, man. It's like that chunk out of A New Hope where it's like as if 1,000 voices or 1,000,000 voices just cried out in pain and then died. Yeah, man.
Right?
Okay.
Why do you gotta do a man like that?
Oh, I'm sure that it will be returned in favor.
Yeah, Will, you're gonna get a 3D printer and the vat's gonna be filled with some real interesting stuff.
Oh, I thought there was just going to be a random 308 hole in it.
Maybe so. That is straight through the front and rear of a 3D printer and the pile of turds that are sitting in the center of it.
By the way, took a deer with the 308 this past weekend, so that was good.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me you were going to send me some money that then was Monopoly money or something.
No.
Okay.
I was changing the subject to something a little less hostile.
That's fair.
Hostile, pig style, any style.
Yeah, dude. Pretty much any style other than being a dick. No, I'm just funning.
Hey, I mean, I get paid to be an artificial one, so.
And yet you still have to come home at night and be a real one to me. All right.
I had a 5-week break from that, but it starts back tomorrow.
No, dude.
Nice.
But that's only for a couple more months, right?
Something like that.
Big news. Remember, he's
Something
pregnant.
like that. Well, yeah, but I mean, a couple more months because then he goes on maternity leave.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah. As I said, it's not public knowledge yet, but there are big changes coming. So
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You're gonna
well,
have
I mean,
to
you're
stop
gonna-
wearing belts. You're gonna get to wear muumuus all the time. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for you, personally.
and
Hexy,
the
brother.
1910s sun goggles are now fixed on the campaign hat.
Hey, Jeff, you might not remember this, but Reese is pregnant. He's even starting to show. Saying you're
He
getting
says
fat,
it's just, he says it's just the turkey.
Yeah. Boy, if a turkey did that, I don't want to meet that turkey.
Right?
He's Reggie's scary older brother.
Yeah, dude, that's for sure. But anyhow, I'm sorry. We're being vindictive.
Oh no, it's fine. I was a total jerk to you with that with that little hook.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, if your sister-in-law gets down to visit you guys, then by all means, I can pass off a.
Well, my sister-in-law is like next door, and her dude is in St. Louis.
Oh, well, then yes, I would imagine he makes frequent trips to
Yes.
Arkansas.
Yes.
That makes sense.
So.
I mean, if he lives in St. Louis, is he's still her brother?
Wait, he's her brother?
No.
You guys really are from Arkansas. Jesus Christ. You didn't tell me that your sister-in-law's dude was also your brother-in-law. Yikes. Yikes.
Sorry,
Big
I
yikes.
shouldn't be like that. He's not from Alabama.
Oof.
Thank God for Mississippi. Anyway,
Yeah, he's
I-
from Alabama with shittier football. Zing. Got him.
You say turkey, I say some people pay extra. Not my place to judge.
Oh, Lord. Okay, anyway.
McMurray, are you ready?
For what?
The reveal.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Let me embiggen you. There you go.
Oh, nice. I like it.
So
I like it a lot.
obviously he's not sitting right in the saddle yet, but I'll figure that out.
Whatever, dude. He looks good enough to me.
He's got 2 canteens because he's going to Mexico.
Oh, yeah, man.
So
God knows
Oh,
he doesn't
that's
that water.
that's what they're calling those on horses now.
You're not supposed to drink out of those. Just saying. Not supposed to drink.
it tastes surprisingly like beer, but it does not have the same effects.
I don't want to know why you know this.
Yeah, I'm happy you know what horse piss tastes like, Reese. I guess it's. We're all right. So, Chris, we're gonna talk about quite literally anything else. That was super cool.
Anything and everything else.
Yeah, I was quite happy that time we talked about basically anything else.
Sorry. Oh man, I don't know why I'll keep you on the show.
Same reason why I kept Warmut on the show for so long. Oh, and Todd for that matter.
Todd, they need to get back the hell on here.
Yeah, they do. I don't
He's
care if he
texting on
looks
here.
like
Texting-
veins.
If Hexy has time to text, he can jump on the chat, right? I mean, jump on the video, right?
Jeff is by all means encouraged to be here, but I think he's getting ready to he's fixing to watch hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck hockey.
But if he's still got his clothes on, come on. I mean, and if not, we'll just like charge admission.
That's very true.
Right?
I was about to say, I don't know if he's contractually obligated to keep clothes on video when he's not working, but that's beside the point. Let's see here. I'm trying to find like weird stuff to toss up.
Do we want to do a Who Am I?
What?
You got one?
Oh, I meant for miniatures, but sure, we can do a Who Am I?
Sorry. I had one. I lost it. Anyway, keep going.
Wow.
Joke.
Sorry,
Jesus,
bro.
on Tojo.
Yeah, sorry.
You gotta be shitting me, man.
I worked a 12-hour shift today. I've been up since like 2:30, so I'm a little crazy tonight.
Jeez, Lou. Let's see.
Now, was most of my shift sitting on my phone playing Heyday? Yes.
What the hell is Heyday? Please tell me that's a video game about farming.
It is.
Is it a video game about cutting hay?
partially.
Doing hay? Are you serious? Good lord!
Yeah.
Have you ever seriously considered lobotomy?
I mean, yes, but it was one of those permanent.
I'd rather
types.
have a frontal lobotomy, a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
I'm not really
Um,
sure which
Scholar
one would be better right about now.
My high school English teacher told me that.
It's from Steve Martin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would make sense. He was also white-haired and played the banjo. And very young.
Seriously?
My
You're-
high school English teacher, yeah.
Oh, that's man. I don't care what anybody says. I fucking love the banjo.
He had a PhD from Baylor University
Oh well,
And
you can stop right there.
and taught high school English.
Not very well if you went to Baylor.
Yeah, not very well if you had to teach high school English in Arkansas.
No, that was in
Okay.
Kansas City.
Oh, Jesus, even worse.
But yeah,
Hey now, hey.
We all know how well people who come from Kansas
his
City
doctoral
speak
thesis-
English.
his doctoral thesis was on Chaucer.
Hey, I'm bilingual. I speak English and poor English.
But he introduced me to Cormac McCarthy. I don't know if you are familiar with that are author or not.
No.
He wrote books like All the Pretty Horses and No Country for Old Men. McMurray, are you familiar with No Country for Old Men?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he wrote that. Not my high school English teacher, the author that my
Mm-hmm.
English teacher introduced me to. So, which started my fascination with the U.S.-Mexico border.
There you go. Jackpot. Oh, shit. That's what I was looking for. Wait a minute.
Banditos.
Old Glory Sci-Fi has their 15 millimeter sci-fi line has like wampas, not wampas. Like what's the snow dicks from the second Star Wars movie? Is that a wampa?
Yeah,
Tauntauns or
wampus.
wampas?
No, a wampa. The dick, not the tauntaun, not the
Okay.
horse that they sleep inside.
Lampney.
The ice beast thing. That looks like a dumb bear that got fucked by a gorilla.
Yes, that's a wampa.
Okay, yeah, wampas. So you got things that look like wampas, but I was going to use them for Morlocks
You know,
there you go.
that's a good idea.
as stand-ins for Morlocks in a 28 millimeter game.
So now you're throwing in the Time Machine and War of the Worlds at the same time?
Yeah, dude.
Whoa. Hold on. Old Glory.
If you go to 15
Has-
millimeter Blue Moon, 15 millimeter Aliens, on the second page, there's a thing called the Twanax Horde, which
Okay, 15 millimeter Blue Moon. 15 millimeter what now?
Hordes. Or I'm sorry, 15 millimeter Blue Moon, 15 millimeter Aliens.
Aliens. Okay.
Then alien figures on the second page. There's something called the Twanax
Alien
Horde,
figures.
which there's only 6 of them in a pack, but they're 15 mil, which means they probably will come out to be right around like 18 to 20 millimeter tall.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah,
The,
it's maybe a little large for
the
Well, weren't Morlocks
Twanax
supposed to be a
Horde?
little short?
yeah.
Wow.
yeah, that's why you use them for 28 millimeter.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that they might be a little big for Morlocks even at 28, because Morlocks are supposed to be like real small.
Oh, that'll be okay. Just say they're
exactly.
super Morlocks.
Exactly. And then I was
Gym Rat Morlocks.
thinking about trying to find some like what do you call it? Like some HO scale, like beach goers or party goers or something for the Jesus Christ, what do you call them? Whatever Twina is. Eloy.
Eloy's.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I like the sound of it. I really do.
I mean, again, it's not a great. There's no real way to make it a real good war game, but whatever.
Hey, you're good.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those. Well, whatever.
You know, no wonder that horse neck didn't fit well on that horse. It's the wrong neck.
Duh, jeez, come on.
Sorry.
God, look at this guy. Who is
Can't take him anywhere.
this guy?
I am so tired. It's not even funny.
Just keep blaming it on the sleep. Okay. Okay.
Oh shit!
What's up?
So under their 15 millimeter super figs, the super's number one. It's got fucking Thundar the Barbarian, Ukla, the fucking chick.
It looks like there might be a Captain America in like the back.
Yeah, Captain America looking dude, a pumpkin head dude.
Yep. There's some really cool figures in there.
Been thinking about doing an Indiana Jones figure.
They make a bunch of them. Like
In
there's
50
a few.
Not in 54 though.
Oh hell no!
I was gonna take a bomber jacket from like one of my tank guys or my bomber pilots or something, and put a fedora on him and stick a Webley holster on him and call it good.
Take care, Scal.
See you, Scal Gremlin. Bye, buddy.
Thanks for the laughs. Appreciate it.
Always.
I don't know. Maybe not.
No, you'll get it figured out.
Well, I just don't know where I'd put him. Like what games, not like location.
Anywhere. That's the cool thing.
That's true.
You can go anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere there's Nazis, you can go punch them there.
Oh,
I
no.
do have a lot of Nazis.
Hey, Reese, since you like weird scale figures that are also weird, apparently Nock makes HO nudists, so you get some of those.
No, not my thing. As I said, not my thing.
That's okay. They're HO scale anyways, but yeah.
But yeah, I was shocked that nobody makes Punitive Expedition figures. There is an STL out about the Philippine cavalry for World War II now.
Yeah.
I picked that up. Going to print it out at some point. So,
No.
may print it large and convert to 1917. I'm trying to do most of these guys in a way that I can use them for like a fictional 1919 scenario as well. But
Percy wants to know when the next 24-hour marathon is.
Wow, buddy. I mean,
let me
you know
stock
that.
up on cocaine and caffeine.
I'm ready to
I got to figure that out.
Oh, that's what I meant to ask you about, Chris. Can you get Copeland to send me whatever models he used for 15 millimeter zombies?
Yeah, I'll talk to him about that. I'll find
'Cause
out. Well, he's gonna be at Wiley Weekend.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
That was a sick game.
he's actually gonna fucking show up.
That's good. Well, my point is, I mean, I need them for the 15 mil stuff for the Confederate necromancers and whatnot.
Right.
Hey, speaking of weird figures, how's your giant catfish coming?
Oh, did you not see
Oh,
it?
he done
Maybe-
played, brother.
Well, no, I know, but I'm talking about the one where like it's upside down and the guys are in the water.
I have not.
Yeah.
I have not epoxied or I haven't puttied the text over.
Okay, no worries. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, it's.
Fascinated by that idea.
Oh yeah. Well, the issue is I'm going to need to find more freshwater fish to do that with, and I think probably my best bet is going to be like the Michael's little tubes.
Oh, those weird safari tube, like square.
Yeah.
You used to have a roller ball on top of them.
What?
They used to have a little like they're not anymore, but they used to. When they were square, they had a globe that like on the top that you could spin.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Sorry, that was like 20 years ago. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, because I think there's one of them that's like freshwater fish or something like that. I don't think any of them are going to be as gigantic as this Mondo catfish, but
You need to put like an alligator or something in there too.
that's fair. Yeah.
Because if
Alligator.
it's around Vicksburg, there were gators at Vicksburg.
Well, I mean, I don't think there were 40-foot catfish anywhere in the Civil War, but I'm still putting that thing in there. So,
Well, the lakes weren't in yet. If the lakes had been in, yes, but
the Great Lakes?
no, I'm talking about like Lake Norfolk, Lake Bull Shoals, Taneycomo, like the Ozark Lakes.
Oh, I'm not sure that there's a 40-foot catfish in there, Reese. I love you. I know you're from Arkansas, and I hate to burst your bubble.
I don't know, man. Down at the base of the dam, there could be anything down there. Nobody would know.
Maybe so.
Facts.
So
Maybe so. One of these days, we'll break a valve and drain the thing, and then we'll go down there and look. How about that?
no, I was saying just put on some scuba suits and get a spear gun and go.
The issue is, if you think it's a
Fuck
40-foot
that.
fucking catfish, why do you want to get in there in a scuba suit, you dingus?
I don't know. I'll fight anything once.
Yeah, it's because you'll be eaten afterwards. I'm not sure how much of a fight there will be if it's a 40-foot catfish, Reese. You might just disappear into the gut of this thing.
True. Come out like Jonah 3 days later. You'll never believe what just happened to me.
Yeah, you're never going to believe the smell on you.
Oh,
Hell of a stink.
you better believe it.
All right.
Oh,
It's a lot of ambergris.
That's a lot of poop. All right. I don't. Yeah, because I was looking at HO figures for use as Lobatachans as well, and I don't know, whatever. Anyways, what was I looking up? Oh, yeah, the Tanax Horde. The other thing, Chris, I don't know if you got far enough into the alien figures in 15 millimeter, but if you go to the last page, the very last model on there, the Galactic Mercenaries, ought to look pretty familiar if you look at their armor and stuff. You might get kicked out.
Blue Moon, 15 millimeter aliens, alien figures. The Galactica Mercenaries.
Yep.
Where
Oh,
they
yeah, there you
spoofed
go.
off of?
What?
Where they spoofed off of?
They look very similar to Halo guys.
Very Halo.
Nice.
They're pretty
They
slick.
look like Spartans.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So there, of course, my brain immediately went to, what if I did a real goofy red versus blue game?
Just capture the flag.
Then they would have two bases in a box canyon in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get this reference. No, I pretty much get the reference.
Holy shit, it's church. God, talk about old, man. Jesus. Does that predate YouTube even?
What?
Was it pre 2006?
Red versus blue? I feel like
No. Yes.
No.
But by a
I
couple
feel
of
like
years.
originally I watched that on Google Video. Yeah, it is. It started in April of 2003.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah, it certainly is. But yeah, super good.
Slightly before my time, but not by much.
Super big fan. I remember the first.
And if you mean slightly before your time, before you were born, yeah.
No. Before my video game interests.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because you were like, what, 18 months?
5.
5 months? I buy that.
You were 5 months old in April of 2003.
No, it's 5 years old.
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the shit?
What the what?
But yeah, I was about to say the first episode of Red versus Blue had the what's that song from Limp Bizkit?
Which one?
I don't know. It's a whole lot of profanity. It's good.
Isn't
I mean,
that,
it's
isn't that
Limp
like all
Bizkit.
of Limp Bizkit?
Yes. But Anyhow, long versus short of it, if you are unfamiliar with Red versus Blue, go watch the first season. And that's probably about it. It'll take you a whopping hour and a half, maybe, because at that point in time, each of the little episodes or whatever are like 3 minutes long, 2 minutes long.
Like llamas with hats.
Like what?
Llamas with hats.
Sure, I don't know.
Do you have not? Oh,
Man,
oh,
it's your type of humor.
Maybe so, but I'm also watching through another chunk of my type of humor, also known as watching Seinfeld for the I don't know how many time.
It would take 20 minutes maybe.
It was on Newgrounds, Telemachus. You are right. Shit, there's a name I hadn't heard in a long time. Newgrounds. That's where like Charlie the Unicorn and the fucking Mushroom Song were.
Okay, if you like Charlie the Unicorn, you'll enjoy Llamas with Hats.
okay.
Maybe.
Llamas with hats. It
Going to
is.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Send me a bird on, Charlie.
Oh, come on, cut it out.
But that being said, none of those are as good as Cosmo Kramer. So sorry, guys.
So
I
it
said
is
Cosmo Kramer,
18.
not Michael Richards. But yes.
It is 18 minutes 28 seconds long. I'm going to post it here.
It is 18 minutes and 28 seconds. Too damn long.
No, because
That's too damn bad.
this is all. It's all of the episodes 1 through 12.
That's too damn bad.
It's the complete series.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Damn. Dude, I did heavy squats for the first time since Squatstober yesterday, and I'm really regretting living in a house that has 2 sets of stairs in it. Fuck balls.
Does anybody else remember how it should have ended? That web series?
Yeah,
Llamas
it
with
should have
hats?
ended with me not falling down while I was taking a poop.
No,
in it.
it's a parody / movie critic channel that shows alternate endings to various famous
Oh,
films.
how it should end?
How it should have ended.
Yeah.
No, I've never even heard of that before. But
You
it
should-
does bring me right back to my original assertion of they should make a Harry Potter set in America.
So, slight spoiler alert for that web series that's been out for 15 years. But at the end of Deathly Hallows, Snape pulls a Glock and shoots Voldemort in the head.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Like, because again, that's the funny part, right? Because it's one of those. Well, what would happen if it was in America? Well, to be real unpleasantly honest with you,
Boom, boom.
like you would get to whichever show it is where like all of a sudden the Death Eaters are trying to, terrorize the civilian population,
Right.
and then all of a sudden it wouldn't be an issue anymore, ever again.
And then you'd have the Hopkinsville Goblin incident, basically, where I don't know what it was, but we were in the cabin and we got attacked by these flying things, so we shot a bunch of times and it ended.
And we killed all of them. Yep.
Which I don't know if
Like-
you know much about the Hopkinsville Goblins or not, but
You'd have some some Gomer on there talking about, yeah, and then this guy with the hood on came up and it got real cold and that fucked me up, so I shot his ass.
Cletus, put your good teeth on. The TV crew's here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, they'd start crawling out of fireplaces and shit, and you'd get the drop the stick, boom. Welcome to the civilian world, bitch. This is America. Anyway,
And then,
sorry.
and then it would be like
Just
a
occurred to me,
weird,
I've dropped a
obscure
fair
note in
number of
history,
bad
like
words.
the 2016 clown thing.
Yeah, exactly like the 2016 clown thing.
Like, what was up with that?
Dude, I don't know, but it's always hilarious because it's one of those don't try it, man. That's a bad idea. Like,
Just like one of those obscure footnotes in American history. Like, well, there was a problem with this for about 3 weeks.
yeah, because people tried doing this all over the world, and then somebody tried it in America, and it did not work out for them,
No, sir.
even a little bit. Like, see, that's the dumb thing, though, is because you're like, okay, so you just, for all intents and purposes, and it's not like, oh no, that's deception. No, like you tried to make it look like you just killed somebody in front of this person. and then you ran directly at them with a weapon.
You are going to die.
Yeah, do you want to die? Because that's how you die. You might as well just go sign up for Dr. Kevorkian's daycare, because that's how you die. But anyways, I also found my great big gallon Ziploc bag of old tumbling media that looks exactly like bricks, and that makes me really happy now that I'm doing these Volkstrom.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of super duper helpful.
Do we super glue riders into the saddles?
Buddy, this is
How
America.
else you
You
got?
do whatever the hell you want to, Reese.
Okay.
Who's going to tell you no?
Well, I don't know if we do like removing the figure and having the horse and the figure separately. Like I don't know.
Why on earth would you do that? It's not like you can stand that figure up and just be like, oh, yeah. this
No,
is
but then
my
you have the-
Cerulean
then you have
Scout.
the
He just
dismounted
pooped
one.
his pants, though, and he's really afraid to rub his butt cheeks together, so he's got to walk around like that. What?
No, I'm saying then you have the dismounted figure. But you're right.
Yeah,
You're
that's my point, though, is that you're not going to use the rider figure as if it were.
So I just need a
Like-
bunch of extra horses.
I don't know.
Yes.
Why are you asking me these questions? Chris and I don't play 54 millimeter Gooberdom.
I don't know. I wanted to do a Lieutenant Patton.
Dan? Oh,
Uh,
not Lieutenant Dan.
No, but the deer that
Lieutenant
I
Dan, you
harvested
ain't
the
got
other
no
day-
legs.
So did I tell you all about the deer that got hit by a car?
No.
So we're at
Did
church
you-
the other night.
Did
and,
you shoot a handicapped deer?
No, we're at church the other night, and it was announced that one of the ladies at church had hit a deer. And so a couple of firefighters and I got up and went and took care of it. And made sure she
Okay.
was okay, and also made sure the deer was harvested.
Okay,
But
so you
the
said
deer didn't have any back legs.
firefighters.
What'd you say?
You said firefighters. I would assume that even though you were in the presence of people with poor decision-making capabilities, you refrained from actively filleting the deer.
No.
You didn't refrain from that.
We field dressed the deer and ate it. But anyway,
Well, you ate something out of the deer.
it didn't have any back legs, and so in my freezer there are packages labeled Lieutenant Dan.
Good.
Nice.
Outstanding.
Because we name and label each deer so we know what year the deer is from.
So instead of putting the year on it, you wrote Lieutenant Dan on
No,
it to make
because
fun of it.
we take multiple deer a year.
I'm aware of it.
So
Yeah, but there's only one year that you're taking a deer with only 2 fucking legs.
Lieutenant Dan.
Like, I understand it, but the point
You
is
can also
still
call it. Wait.
have to-
Was it a buck or was it a doe?
It was a spike buck.
It was a buck. Okay, because if it was a doe, you could have called her Eileen.
Yeah, dude. Worked down at the IHOP.
It was more like I flop, but
Oh shit!
I think we lost your
Yeah.
viewers, Chris.
We still got 8.
Wow.
What?
You guys are a bunch of masochists.
How?
No.
I'm sitting here.
But
gloating
we are
at the horses.
we are coming up on the 2-hour mark. No, I do want to thank everybody that showed up tonight. Reese, glad you're back.
Good to be back.
Let me know when y'all are available for a 24-hour, and we'll see about making that happen again.
Yes.
Because apparently the
January looks good.
right.
Buddy, I'll do a 24-hour paint challenge starting right the fuck now. Let's
didn't
do
know
it.
Yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow, and it's end of month, and
Actually, hey, that's a good point. Well, I can't anyways, because tomorrow I am going to be helping pack orders for Geek Gaming USA. Any of you turds, toss in there. Go up there, put in an order. I
That's-
say turds. You find viewers. I really do like our viewers. They're awesome. But go up there, order some stuff. Put something
who's
in the
this
comments.
from? Who is this for?
Geek Gaming. I'm gonna go help Tim pack again because he's
Oh, okay.
like still completely goobered. But again, the point is, toss something in there so Tim knows you're a viewer. I'll add a little special hey hi note and whatever else, and you'll also be again supporting one of those small businesses that we all know and love. Also, goddamn, these are
Absolutely.
good stuff. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Oh yeah, it is the bee's knees.
Geek Gaming is pretty awesome for basically everything they make. Whether it's what's been going like crazy is the modeling compound actually, which makes sense 'cause it's really good stuff. It's just not something that people usually think of when they think Geek Gaming. Everybody just goes straight to the ready-made basing mixes,
Right.
which is fair because they're awesome.
As one does.
Yeah, because they're awesome. But yeah, the basing compound's been flying off the shelves, which is cool and good because again, it's really goddamn useful.
McMurray, here's one more idea for your War of the Worlds.
Hit me.
Here's Brewster body armor, which looks surprisingly like Ned Kelly's suit.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Accurate, yeah.
Now, with heat guns, it might not go very well.
Probably not. Yeah, that
But-
was my question, was how well would that react to being heated up to superheating ranges? Probably not super great. That's okay.
It would probably become permanent body armor.
I feel like it would certainly be with the wearer for the rest of their life.
That reminds me of a bad joke about fishing.
Yeah.
You teach a man how to build a fire. Or you
Be warm for the
Yeah,
day. You light a man on
yeah.
fire, he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
The rest of his life. Yep.
Thanks for sharing my dark humor.
Yeah, buddy, you know it, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
If
teaching.
not
man-
us, go ahead.
No, I was
What?
just going to say, give a man a fish, he'll be fed for the day. Don't teach a man to fish. Fishing's not that hard, and he's a grown up. Like,
Not sure that's
Figure it
quite
out.
how it works, but
what?
not quite sure that's how it works, but okay.
Fishing is not that hard. That man is a
No,
grown
it's
ass
not.
man. He can figure out fishing,
I can fish, and so
or he can be hungry.
it can't be that hard.
Exactly. Reese is a great big dum dum.
My dum
Sorry,
dum.
that just seemed like where you were going with that. My bad, buddy.
I'll be honest, I don't like fishing.
I really don't mind it.
I like
It's real
catching.
nice. You get to just kind of like look at water and stuff.
Especially if you got good sunglasses. Like, it's a lot of fun.
I don't even wear sunglasses and I enjoy it. You just get to kind of like hang out in nature and look at water and stuff and listen to water and stuff. And yeah, not too bad. Putting all kinds of custom brickwork on these bases so Warmutt can eat his pretty little heart out.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Here, hang on a sec. Before you cut this thing off, Chris,
Is it red Kool-Aid powder that does the same thing?
what's that?
Telemachus just said get lots of fish with dynamite.
Accurate. That is certainly not the most sportsman way to do it. Telemachus, but it will
In a
certainly be
survival
done.
situation, that would be wonderful.
I mean, but at the same time, like you have to then preserve all of these fish.
Big fire, lots of smoke.
Well, except for the issue with big fire is big fire means big heat, and big heat means not very good for smoking and preserving.
True. Small fire, big smokehouse.
Small fire, big smokehouse. Solid.
So, Apache Scout with a 1911, here we come.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, I mean, we used Apache Scouts in 16,
I'm aware.
so why not?
Yeah, no, I mean,
He's
get
not,
after it, my dude.
he's not going to be in regulation dress. He's just going to have a gun belt on with a 1911, because why not?
So you gonna have pants?
Yeah.
That's good. Well, you said just gun belt 1911, and that's kind of one of those. Well,
Gun belt 1911, war paint, and a bunch of scared Mexicans.
and pants. feel
Oh,
like
I have a Bandito figure that's carrying a pig.
I have a Napoleonic British guy with a pig too.
What's up with that?
That I think is taken rather directly from the scene in Waterloo. But yeah.
No. I just found a big stash of 135th scale Ross rifles.
Oh shit! Yeah. You
My
smell Canadians?
my Canadian trench raiders are going to be well equipped.
I smell Canadians. Um,
Yeah, I can get Rosses. I just can't get FALs. What's up with that?
that's weird, man. That's real. That's real weird. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I get the Rosses really cheap. I mean, I understand why, but I get the Rosses really cheap.
Why? Because they're Canadian battle rifles.
The Canadian straight pull.
Well, I mean, I know what it is. I don't know why. I don't know that I've ever seen one in 28. Really.
You've seen one in 54.
I mean, I've seen one in 1-to-1.
Well, I'm saying I've showed you because I built a Ross sniper.
Yeah, correct. Because you got to do HW McBride stuff.
And I'm going to, which is why I have the trenches.
Yeah.
So
that's not why you have the palm trees and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have those because March to Victory flea market is off the chain.
I have those because some very nice person pointed them out to me.
Hello. That might have been Chris.
I don't remember which one it was, but y'all can both take the credit.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was happy that those popped up. Those were all like that.
I don't know who bid against me, but thank you for not bidding higher than $3.
Dog, that first auction was absolutely bonkers awesome. Like,
the second one was fair.
The second one was good too. But the first one, that was insanity.
And they shall forever live in legend because they will never happen again.
Correct. Thanks, Harold.
Harold, that kills people. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
Like I was a dick, but yeah.
Well,
all right. This is turning out okay. It's a custom brickwork and whatnot. If I can get my finger out on it, there we go.
Yeah, very nice.
Slick.
Yeah, for the Volkssturm. Check out those guys, the bike guys.
I am very much resisting the urge to get into 20 mil.
These are 15s. You should certainly do 15, not 20, but yeah.
No, I know, but I have some 20 mil. I'm resisting the urge.
Nicely
and
done.
those are more of the bricks that I'll be adding to this. That's the only one that's got a second course of bricks yet. But yeah. So I got like a gallon Ziploc bag of these.
Oh, those are awesome.
And I cannot find that tumbling media anymore anywhere.
Huh.
Because now it's all the circular and the conical and the jagged. This quite literally looks like somebody just cut up a shitload of sprue.
Yeah.
But it is super useful.
If it works, it works.
Well, and that's my point, is that it's super useful. It looks good. It was less than cheap, man. It was nothing. I think I paid $5 for the whole gallon bag of it, which makes sense because all it is tumbling media. Like, what does anybody need it for? But
right. Is it still halfway usable after it's been tumbled?
So I didn't use it as tumbling media.
Gotcha.
It was already used. So yes.
Nice.
But
another question for you.
Shoot.
Doesn't really matter too much. Rifle for my Apache. Ot 3 Springfield?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Again, when it comes down to it, even if they're not
they're official
GIs,
yeah.
They still need a chain of supply for ammo and stuff, and they're still in the employ of the U.S. Army. So putting an O3 in their hands or a 1911 or whatever else that you're looking at.
Well, and I'm sitting here going
Just makes
03 or
sense.
1895.
Did you say number 3?
No, 03 or 1895.
Oh, 03.
Because those are my options.
03. An 1895 would have had to be purchased separately, and no Apache is going to buy an 1895.
True. If it was a 73, I'd understand.
Yeah.
Put a Henry in his hands. No. Or scrounged off a dead Mexican. Put a Mauser in his hand.
You could do that. That could be kind of cool.
Because I've got some Mauser 1895s laying around.
That might be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. Well, I'll see how he turns out first.
There you go.
Sorry, we're probably boring Chris to death with all this.
Well, it happens.
No.
It happens.
I know that by the end of the show, the two of you guys are going to be talking about guns. It just is.
It is historical wargaming conversations.
Especially
some
when
of the deepest dives.
Well, and especially because I'm such a deep scale, like big scale and skirmish gamer. So here you go, McMurray.
Hang on. Stand by. Unfortunately, the one downside of this material is that it means you have to lay individual courses of brick.
Ew. Oh yeah, take your time. Just let me know when you're ready.
I was born ready, baby. What's up?
So I'm going to mount him on a cavalry base because I will consider him mounted. But he's on the ground, and then he'll have his horse next to him.
Nice. That's badass. I think I saw that figure. Yeah.
Master box.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Um,
I can dig it.
was it titled Yankee Scout in the weirdest translation of Ukrainian to American ever?
Bro, I don't know. Half of them I didn't even. Yeah. It was kind of one of those. Okay. Yep, that's kind of English. Again, I was running into that with the Chris. I'm sure you run into this. The Elegoo instructions. It's the epitome of like, there's got to be some kid somewhere you could pay like $100 that could translate this shit better for you. Like on the box, it says no trampling, no shit.
Next time I see a herd of buffalo, I will not throw my 3D printer in front of it.
Yeah, like. No, that's like on the box for packaging, like no trampling. Like that's the warning that some kid in the distribution center in Detroit's going to look at and be like, what? Hang on. But yeah. Just imagining my friendly UPS worker in Berkeley, Missouri going, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using not exactly that verbiage.
But what you going to do?
You know, it worked, so 3D print my dick off. Well, no, that came
Please
out wrong.
don't.
3D print a lot of things is what I will do in response. On the bright side, these bricks are a little big for 15 mil, so they actually work pretty well for like ruins of Berlin scale, right? Where you would have big block, not, individual bricks. So they kind of look cool.
It's pretty slick.
I am a fan.
I was impressed.
I feel like it actually might look quite good when they're done. So I'm going to use these, and then again, gaming City Rubble Scatter, which is kind of just a generic gray scatter.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rock. So yeah, that should look pretty good. Half decent at least.
This guy looks so awesomely weird. Because he's got the Springfield gun belt on top of his loincloth.
He's got the bandolier gun, like the stripper clip belt.
Not is it the 1907 pattern belt?
The one with the individual cartridges, or the one for strippers?
The one for strippers.
Yes. That is the 7 pattern.
So, that's awesome.
Accurate. I would agree wholeheartedly.
Because leave it to the Apache to have the like traditional clothing and then the most modern amenities available on top.
Correct.
So,
All right. All right. That looks like a good amount of brickwork on most of these. We'll add some random single bricks in here. Because the nice thing about that is that then the glue will naturally pool next to these, which means that the rubble will build up slightly higher next to them, as it should look.
and I already cut the 1911 off that sprue. Hand me another sprue. There we go.
Hey Ashley, how you doing? Coming in at the very end there. We are going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Still made it.
Yeah, it still made it. Hey, we'll count you as attended.
Hell yeah.
So, got Wiley weekend coming up this weekend. Hi, Greg. How you doing, buddy?
Oh man, we got everybody in Gamers of Coffee here.
Yeah.
Where's Keegan?
Right. Got Wiley weekend this weekend. Saturday, starting about 11 a.m., going until 6-ish. If you're going to be in the Kansas City area, there is still time to grab a ticket.
Should absolutely come in.
And it looks like we're going to have about 15 there this go round. So plenty of gaming to go around. I'm going to be able to. I'm going to see if I can get enough miniatures to get 6 on the table. Maybe
6
even
miniatures
8.
on the table. You're painting 6 mil, Chris. I hope we can do that.
Yeah. No, 6. If I can figure out if I can get 6 players on the table.
Yeah.
Three. Basically, I'm going to have 3 units, 3 company-sized units per side.
Does each player control a company-sized unit?
Yes.
So kind of break that down for us. What's in a company-sized
unit?
unit?
So on the American side, it's going to be, I'm going to have an M1 company, which is going to be a headquarters unit, a forward artillery observer, and then 3 4-tank platoons.
Okay.
So I'm going to have 2 of those, one with M1s, one with M60s.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have an infantry unit, which will have a headquarters and close air support with A-10s.
Okay.
And then some anti-tank capabilities with M901s. So they'll have that. And then the Soviets will be the same thing with T-55s, kind of the same thing with T-55s and T-72s. And then actually it's going to be Czech infantry because they're in OT-64s. I don't have any BMDs in 6 mil or BMPs in 6 mil. So, and they're going to have either an Su-25, Frogfoot, or Hind D's. So,
I think you should go Hind on that.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the Frogfoot's cool, but the Hind's iconic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I went with the A10 over using the Cobras.
I'm not gonna lie, I tend to like the high knees, but that's okay.
There you go.
Well, to
There
each
you
his
go.
own.
I miss. We need Jeffy's goofy ass on here
Yeah, we do.
for those
So-
sorts of comments.
But like I said, once I get this played out, see how it works. We'll might see more of it at if we have a March to Victory. Um, and if not, then I'll have to be able to bring other stuff, and maybe down to miniature market.
Yeah, man. I mean, the cool thing about miniature market is that you know exactly when you can put on games, right? There's not it's the first Saturday of every month, well, except for December because they're doing some sort of magic release. So the first Sunday of December, so the 10th. And then the first Saturday of every month, there's always a decent sized game day.
Yep.
As well as every Thursday during the day, but that's the old guys and me.
Right.
But yeah, still very, very good. It's
And
not
then,
the point is it's not hard to get a hold of a game down there.
right. And then after that, I'm going to start plugging hard on my my ACW stuff. I got to figure out how I'm going to paint these dudes up, like the process I'm going to use for them.
I would highly suggest leaving them in strips that are not glued to your base that close together because those are not fun to paint. Believe me.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not gonna. They are not currently glued in there.
Oh, okay. Then, dude,
Yeah.
honestly, one thing that might work for you is putting them on ridiculously thin strips of card that don't have to be particularly rigid.
Yeah.
So then when you go, you can put those on sticks to paint them and you'll keep them in the same, ranks.
Right.
And then you just pull them directly off and put them straight on bases because doing that, you're going to be able to paint those 6mm infantry so stupid fast. It will make your head
because
spin.
it's just like, oh look, butternut trousers. Oh look, gray shirts.
Honestly, your Confederates are going to take substantially longer than your Union at that point, just because you're going to want to, vary them up a little bit as opposed to the Union. You're going to go straight down that damn line.
Blue.
Yeah.
Now for Union troops, were the trousers the same color as the jackets, or were they
No,
slightly
lighter.
Usually the jackets were like a navy-ish blue or a royal blue.
Oh, and
versus
the trousers were kind of a Prussian blue, right? That
almost
light.
a sky blue, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like my shirt.
Real light.
Here's
like
Here's-
this, like that light.
Yep.
Yeah, like sky blue,
Yeah.
and then
Fun how that
their
works
jackets.
so
Jackets
here-
were the deep blue.
For Union jackets in Army Painter, I usually use like a Viking blue. That tends to work
Okay.
pretty well.
I don't know if I've
And
got
then
Viking
electric
blue.
blue for the trousers. But Viking blue is a really bright jacket, to be honest with you. I usually, if I'm doing that's when I was painting 3mm.
Yeah, because you
That I had to
actually
make
you
that
want to
break.
paint a little lighter in a smaller.
Correct, but I mean that was 3mm. So that's drastically light.
Well, these
But,
are
I have
big
Vallejo,
sixes.
like ultramarine blue isn't a bad color, to be honest with you.
Okay,
Um,
I think I've got an ultramarine blue around here somewhere.
But you get my point. Like not quite as dark as a full navy blue,
Yeah.
but a good royal blue is a pretty good
Now,
indicator. So there's something you can look right at. Something a
Is
little darker and more dull than the top of your Loctite gel control.
Oh, hello.
So
Hello.
I know you've got a thing of Loctite gel control around there. Yep. So like that color, but obviously like real matte is a pretty good starting point. Again, somebody might look at that and tell you that it's a little bright, but you're painting in 6 mil, so that's not.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's
To be
my Apache
honest,
with the belt and the Springfield
Nice.
and
Hell
the
yeah.
1911.
so electric blue might be, I don't know, is that too light?
Nope. That's a
Or is that
pretty
good for the pants?
That's a pretty, like I said, that's my go-to pants color usually.
Okay, that's the pants. And then.
I think
This might
I
be-
thought Battlefront had a.
Does that help, Chris?
Yeah,
Yeah. So again, you
I
can see
just
that
I
real-
just need to remember F Troop.
it's a real dark blue. Yeah, F Troop would do it.
F Troop was in black and white though, wasn't it?
No, the later ones.
Sorry, I only saw it in black and white.
Just think Gettysburg, Chris.
Yeah, or
Guys
Glory.
and Generals or Glory. Those are
So,
actually
yeah,
the
I've
figures I painted up for your punitive expedition, Reese, was 9th Cavalry.
Really?
So I've got I got Ultramarine.
Flip to the side to the label of it.
Was it the 13th that was stationed at Columbus?
Ultramarine, yeah. That's the good. Yes, that'd be a pretty solid base
Jacket.
color for jackets. Yep. And then most of the
So-
equipment is black leather. So if you've got like a German camo gray or necromancer cloak, if you're doing the army painter stuff, there you go. That, or as always, if you are running around with 6 mil, one of the easiest ways to get a good highlight looking thing on there is to use like a contrast.
Yeah,
It gets a little weird once you mix them, which you really want to do because it's pretty impossible to catch any of those details, like faces and stuff, unless you use an acrylic paint that'll go over the contrast, because you kind of have to, because it's tiny details. But like that's how I did my 6 mil or my that is how I did the red on the jackets of my 6 mil British. But then that's also how I did my 10 mil Anglo-Zulu War British, and the jackets look stellar because I primed them white and then hit them with the contrast, and you don't have to worry about the large flat spaces because there are no large spaces.
so that's my color combo right there.
That would be my suggestion. Yeah,
Right.
certainly not a bad color.
Not
combination.
that I'm needing to worry about doing Union right now because Jay is supposed to be doing them.
Oh, are you doing Confederates?
Yeah.
Prime those shits in a cheap gray automotive primer. Pick out like every other pair of pants as butternut or brown, or even that Union, that sky blue. Works great for Confederate pants. And then
This is
just
the gray I've got.
hold it back. What kind of gray is it? Just the 2X
It's-
ultra flat primer?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
2X
Works great.
Ultra Cover flat gray primer.
Yep. Works great. Because guess how much quality control there was in Southern factories and during the Civil War?
Absolutely about as much as during Nazi Germany.
Probably less, to be honest with you. But yeah.
Less so because they were more focused on getting it out instead of making it perfect.
Well, the Germans certainly weren't focused on that. They just had better
Have you
production
looked at
methods.
Have you looked at the 37 fucking jackets of Field Grau?
Yeah, my 50 Shades of Felgrau.
So, question.
42.
Not the correct answer, sadly.
Dude, that is the answer to Life Universe and
Chris
everything.
might fight you,
Yes,
but
it
keep
is.
going.
But not to do I magnetize this guy.
Always.
So cavalry base, he can be quote unquote mounted. and then put him on an individual.
Your Apache guy,
Yeah.
I probably would with that one figure.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Is this because his cavalry pose is not even on the horse.
Yeah,
So
I would. That's me though.
that I think I will too. And his loincloth would hide a magnet pretty well too.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
Something like that. But him next to this dead cavalry horse is going to look so cool.
Warmut, did you see the bases? See, now I'm wondering if Warmut saw these badass bases for these.
McMurray,
Yep,
this is going to look awesome.
accurate.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, see why the horse is dead. He's been vivisected.
Yeah, Dr. Moreau got a hold of him.
He's got the fucking Y cut for an autopsy.
I'll fix that later. But yeah, these guys are.
We'll fix that in post.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny and a little really
He's
depressing?
asking about bases.
Who has?
Warmut.
Oh. Well, it seems like Warmut sure should have been paying attention earlier when I showed everybody the awesome bases I made for these Volksturm.
Yeah.
It's not like the video is going to be on your channel or anything, Warmut. Jeez. Can you believe this guy? God. Man alive, I'll tell you what.
Can't
I don't
take him
even know.
anywhere.
I don't even know why I try with this one.
Life.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to have to dip pretty soon. I got to work early in the morning.
So am I.
So
Gentlemen.
So I want to thank everybody that did show up and who has stayed with us. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. We'll do a kind of a follow-up of Wiley Wargaming Weekend next week and look at what's going on in the near future. So,
Oh, yeah.
until next time, we will see you on the flip side.